Now, I also do want to, before we close out, I actually do want to also kind of address like the fandom. And I know a lot of people are going to be upset with this, but I do want to address this because I think that it has to be said. As a collective, as a fan community, the Disney fan community, we kind of want it always. We want everything perfect, right? I have been hearing for years about how crowded the Disneyland Resort is and how Disney needs to do something about it, right? But then I see stuff like online about how, well, Disney, the reservation system sucks. They should get rid of the reservation system. Well, the reservation system limits the amount of people in the park. So you don't like crowds, but then you don't want a reservation system. Okay. And then I see a lot of the same arguments when it comes to like Disney Genie and things like that. And every time we have a price hike, it's the same thing. It's like people, the fans are like, oh, well, Disney is so expensive now. They're pricing people out. Disney should be for everybody. Every man, woman, and child should have access to Disneyland. Okay, so you want cheap tickets, you want cheap annual passes, you want no reservations, but yet when you get to the park, you don't want to wait in line, you don't want any reservation systems, you want to just get on, just wait 10 minutes for Indiana Jones, right? Reality doesn't work that way. Okay, and I think as fans, we really have to zero in on what we want and be coherent, because I think from the outside perspective, Disney looking in to our community, we look a little bit crazy in a lot of ways because we want everything super cheap and we want no crowds, and that's just not reality, And I see that narrative a lot with the Disney Genie stuff being super expensive for a lot of people, and I see that with any kind of price hikes in regards to ticketing. But then you don't want any crowding, right? You don't want it to be crowded. So I think that fans need to kind of adjust what they want and kind of pick what aspect they really find important and kind of zero in on that. And I'm not doing this to like talk shit about the fan community. I'm doing this to help the fan community because I'm part of the fan community. I want Disney to take us more seriously. And I think that stuff like this kind of hurts our community when we're trying to convey to the company what we want. Just my opinion, but arguing that you want cheap tickets and cheap annual passes and no crowding and no reservations, it's kind of unrealistic. It's a little bit unrealistic, and I think as a fan community, we really need to zero in on stuff and be a little bit more realistic with what we expect from Disney, so they take us a little more seriously and we can see, real constructive change.